Hello, my name is Mark Power.
And my name is Aileen Hennessy.
And we're both students of Limerick College of Further Education, and we're both studying in the Art Portfolio course 2016.
Today we're interviewing two past students. They were both mature students and did the same course that we're doing today, and we're going to ask them a couple of questions about it. We've met with the two women now, and they've taken time out of what I'm sure would be normally a busy morning to answer some of our questions. So if I could just start and ask Anne, what kind of brought you to do the portfolio course at College of Further Education?
Well, my son had done it previously, and he seemed to really get a grasp on it. And when I seen that, I didn't think I could get into college because I left school when I was just turning 15. Came down from the north, and always had a desire to go to college but couldn't go there because I didn't see any avenue, because I never even done any exams in the north. Like, I learned nothing at school. You know, I could barely read and write when I came down here. But when I seen the avenue that he had taken, I said, that's the avenue for me now to get into art college. So that's when I applied. I was working in Tesco's for a while, and then my position became redundant. So I said, that's it. I had a small portfolio. In order to get into the portfolio course, you had to bring 10 images. So I went in for the interview, and I got my place. I was delighted. And then on the first day, I met Maria. So we were in the same class for a while. And so going on to do the portfolio course, it helped me along with the communications, helped me into doing the CCS here, but it's pretty full on, the CCS. Critical and contextual studies is what is like art history, and looking at other artists that have come before us, and so you have to know your artists in contemporary art.
So the portfolio course also opened you up to things you might not have considered if you hadn't done it and gone straight into art college.
Yeah, I think personally I would have struggled coming straight into art college. I would have really struggled, because even small little things like doing a mind map, like Audrey would be teaching us to do the mind maps and designing posters and stuff like that. When you get a brief, I always do a mind map. It has taught me to do the mind map, and it's so helpful. It's such a simple thing.
You're taught useful habits and things like that.
Yeah,
with your process and
absolutely. Yeah, in the process. Yeah.
And Maria, is it okay if I ask you the same question? What brought you to do the portfolio course?
Well, initially I went in to do childcare, and during the interview with the lady there, she turned around and she said to me, she says, with all the information you've given me, you should be doing the art portfolio course. So by her, I was actually streamlined into, as Anne said, bringing in my 10 pieces in and having an interview, and they accepted me.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah. So it's just by talking to her, it kind of escalated there into doing my portfolio course there, and getting me into college and where I am now.
And just wondering here now, do you think you were prepared coming from LCFE to LSAD after your 1 year?
Yes, I do. I think I was pretty prepared. You have to keep, you were saying all the time, when you're going to art college, you really have to get this correct for art college. They won't like kind of representational. You have to do more stuff that is like, I remember bringing this sketchbook with me, and you remember this, Maria. It was so big, the sketchbook. It was, you couldn't close it. I think I had like half a bale of hay in the thing, I had everything stuck into it. So I really threw myself into doing stuff that I would otherwise have detested. Like years ago when I go over to London, I'd go to the Tate Modern, and I'd be walking around and say, oh my God, what is this crap about? But I have to find out more, because there must be more to it. And when you look at any modern art piece now, like you always know there's a concept behind it, that you don't put a stroke of paint onto a painting without a meaning behind it, a reason behind it. No, you realise that there is a whole concept behind this painting. There has to be a meaning behind it. like you could say, oh sure, a child could do that, but a child couldn't come up with the concept behind it, you know.
Speaking of painting, actually, I've been told that you were a painter before you had done the course.
Yeah, I always did painting at home.
And had you kind of come and saying like, oh, there's not a whole lot new I can learn, or did you find you could improve on your skills? Did you learn a lot that way?
I've learnt an awful lot more as thinking outside the box. You know, initially when I come in, I was fighting that I wanted to do it my way, that my way was original, but you find out very, very quickly that there's lots of people before you that have done what you've done, and you're kind of replicating their work, you're taking ideas from them, but still, when it comes down to it, it is your own idea.
Yeah.
And it well, not your own idea, it's your own work.
Yeah.
And you're responsible for your own work.
What happened after you left LCFE? What process did you come about to get your entry here?
What happened with me, I was in the first year with Anne doing level 5.
Yeah, and then you went on.
And then I went on to do level 6 because I did apply here, but I didn't get the first year when the girls did. But I felt having the 2 years in LCFE gave me more grounding, taught me more because there was a wider, more or less curriculum to cover there. And I think it got me more prepared for here.
When you arrived in LSAD, did you feel that you were better prepared than people that hadn't done a PLC course?
Yes. I think as mature students, I think we felt that we needed that. And I think some kids, when they do the course in LCFE, it gives them a better understanding before coming here. And it broadens their knowledge of what's needed here, I think, when they come in, because an awful lot of kids come in here straight from secondary school. I think they do more partying than they do anything else.
They're
because they're just away from home the first time.
Yeah.
At least when you've done LCFE, it kind of gives you a bit more grounding of
so you see yourself
where
as
you
more
are.
settled and more focused.
Yeah.
And had she always planned to come here, or did you look in Dublin Colleges first, or was it always kind of...
No, I was accepted to Galway as well.
Okay. Yeah.
I applied to Galway and I applied here, and my only reason for taking here was looking at the different colleges. It was the higher of anything.
It's an honours degree.
Honours degree, yeah. In Galway they just do 3 years, and you have to apply then to do the honours degree. You just do a degree.
So here was the only
So-
place that got you the qualification you wanted to get.
Yeah, and as well it was nearer
Yeah.
to save much, not the travelling up to Galway and back in every day.
And why did you choose to come here?
Well, basically the same thing as well, but always when I was driving in and out of Limerick, I was always remembering looking over at this building and yearning, oh, I want to be in there. Because I was like Maria, I've painted for years and have been fairly successful, have been able to sell my paintings and do prints of them as well. But as well as that, another thing that boosted me to go into college was I brought a series of my paintings down to an auction house in 6 Mile Bridge, and it was an art sale. And the first words out of the man's mouth was, the auctioneer, what college did you come through? And I had no degree. So automatically my paintings were decreased in value, you know. So, well, anyway, I went on and I did sell the paintings that I brought in. But I said, yeah, well, that's a thought now as well, I really think. And then looked at my son. He's actually in the Royal College in London. He's doing his MA in fashion design.
Oh, that's amazing.
So he's in his 2nd year now, so he's doing pretty well for himself.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, Michael Stewart.
And just for my own curiosity, because kind of 20 odd years ago, whatever, and it's kind of still today when people say they want to go to art college, there's almost kind of not even a stigma, but people kind of, it's very uncertain. It's such an uncertain career path to go down.
Yes.
And how do you deal with that? Do you just kind of, are you really taking it as it comes and saying kind of, as long as I'm doing what I love, that's what matters? Or do you have any kind of specific plans for the future?
I had plans, hopefully, to use it to go away to another country, you know, as such thing as missions and stuff like that, to kind of go out and not educate others, but help children bring out their art in them.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
But it's like a closed door, because once you're over 35, seemingly when you want to do that, you're not insured. So that's a no-no.
Oh, that's a pity.
But hopefully after next year, I might be able to do something within Ireland with that, with maybe homeless children or something like that, just to bring out something in them that's, you know, like the innocence of children painting. It brings out an awful lot of them, because I would like to go on and do an MA in art therapy, but I don't know. I'll see how this year goes first.
And does that stem from kind of when you were younger, you wish you had someone to encourage your creative side?
No, I always had.
Oh, you
No,
always had?
always had, yeah. Even from when I was living in England, from when I was maybe 4 to when I was about 10, the mum and dad always got the Cork Examiner, and every
Yeah.
Sunday I'd do the art competition.
That's brilliant.
You know, it was just one of those things. It was always there, and I just love nature.
Yeah, so it's just the
Anything
simple
to do with
case
that, the
of
simple, yeah, just
kind of bringing
offer-
that out in other people.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, that's brilliant.
We'll see how it goes.
What does LSAD mean to you as a person?
That's a
At the
heavy question.
moment, it's like home from home, because like my start in here, I leave home at least 8:30 in the morning. I'm not left here till 5:30 in the evening. So it's like a security blanket, really. You know, being here.
And is it like a space where you can just completely, in your own bubble, like
Oh, yeah.
create and just...
Oh, totally. You know, you can put your headphones in and you're, you know, where's the world? I can't see a world outside. I'm in my own bubble.
And do you find this kind of, I suppose everyone has their own bubble when they're in their process and creating, do people come together and...
Oh, yeah. Like even I notice even our year, especially like fourth year now, we're very much in
You're
each
close
other's
knit.
studios, asking questions, and other people will come in, and next thing they'll say something and the penny will drop with you. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's great. It's kind of watching each other's back, which is great.
So, after a little interview there now, we've noticed that Anne and Maria have taken a long route from LCFE to LSAD, and it looks absolutely amazing. I wish the best to both of you in the future and hope your work turns out brilliant.
Hope to see you here maybe next year.
Hopefully so.
We'll tie in with you, and if you ever want any advice or anything, don't hesitate, come over and ask.
Always
We're
ask somebody
always
that's
ask,
here.
yeah.
Always.
And you'll always get information off people, and your tutors as well. They're so helpful. It's a lovely course to do. It's tough, but it's good. It's good.
Like everything, you have to work hard for it.
Yes, if it was too easy, it wouldn't be worth doing.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. So thanks a million anyway for giving us some free time to answer some of our questions.
You're welcome. We're always available. Just shout.
Thanks.